India is a land of unity in diversity. It is an interwoven framework of multi-ethnic culture and heritage of different indigenous tribes. The Chakmas are one such tribe inhabiting the small hilly state of Tripura in the northeastern region of India. According to historians Vincent Smith and Suniti Kumar Chatterjee, the Chakmas are a Mongoloid race who are one of the bearers of India's rich culture and heritage. The various folklores, palm leaf inscriptions, ballads, and folk tales bear evidence to Champaknagar as the original dwelling place of the Chakmas. Many eminent historians, Satish Chandra Ghosh, Raja Bhuvan Mohan Roy, Madhav Chandra Chakma, believed Champaknagar to be located somewhere in central India or nearby region. With the evolution of time and a series of reshuffling, a fraction of Chakma populace migrated to Tripura. In this documentary, their lifestyle, philosophy, language, culture, and religion are presented. Over the years, the Chakmas have gone through a cultural synthesis due to contact with other ethnic groups. They are relentlessly striving to preserve and revive their indigenous culture and heritage. The educated Chakma youths of today still turn to their past in quest of old traditions and are spreading awareness of Chakma alphabets. The tradition of giving Bhat Moja to the mother of the newborn is prevalent among the Chakmas living in urban areas even today. When a child is born into a family, the women of the neighborhood and the relatives of the family share the responsibility of taking care of the child. They visit the child with gifts and other essential commodities and bring along delicacies for the mother. People of the Chakma community usually look upon the offering of the Bhat Moja as a blazing part of their traditions and generally do not miss out on it. When a woman misses out on visiting the newborn and mother, she feels a sense of guilt and shame. The entire community share the responsibility of the newborn. When the umbilical cord of the newborn comes off, the Chakmas celebrate the Hojoi Paani ceremony. The people of the community are invited to a feast. In this ceremony, the parents of the newborn please the midwife with various gifts such as chicken, new clothes, and money. Through this ceremony, the family and parents of the newborn are cleansed from a state of Oshiji, which means impure according to the Chakmas. Gile Hojoi and raw turmeric are soaked in water, and this mixture is used as holy water for the purification process. The Chakmas sing the Oli Geet, a very sweet kind of lullaby to put their babies to a deep sleep. Usually, this is sung by the grandparents of the child.
Oli, Oli, Oli re, siji dona tumon jana pori. Oli, Oli, Oli re, siji dona tumon jana pori. Alu
The Chakmas have a special ceremony known as Jameye. In Jameye, the elders of the community gather and fix the marriage date, and this ceremony is known as Tinpur. Once the marriage date is decided upon, preparation for the marriage starts in full swing in both the families, with the community people of the respective families helping them with all the chores, and the head of the family is reduced to just being a mere spectator. The community people take the responsibility of the entire event, and it is moral obligation of the village head to see to it that the marriage is properly solemnized. The Mela or the marriage ceremony acts as a unifying event which binds the entire community with the threads of love, brotherhood, and harmony. The Shamala means the best man. In his traditional attire, guides the bride and groom through the various rites of the marriage. The Bou Hoja and the younger sister of the groom carry rice cakes and other delicacies, and other commodities like jewelry, clothing, and traditional marriage costumes are carried to the house of the bride by women. The groom's party is greeted by the bride's family at the gate of the house. The groom's feet are washed by the bride's younger sister or brother. The Shamala seeks permission from the elders before tying the bride and groom with a white piece of cloth. The dialogue goes as Jadon Bani Dibar Hugum Aginine means, can I bind the bride and groom? The elders reply, Age Age means, yes, yes. The Chakmas refer to their drawing room as Shingoba and the backyard as Pijor. The bride and groom get tied up and exchange rings, then feed each other mixed egg rice and pan. The entire process is called Jodon Bana. After the feast, the elders sit down to bless the newlyweds. The Shamala accompanies the bride and groom along with the dish carrying cotton and rice grains. The bride and groom hold on to the feet of the elders with rice and cotton and seek their blessing. Sunglong is a significant part of Chakma wedding. It takes place in groom's house. The newlywed brides fetches water from lakes, stream, river or well. Three deities, Shadagachi, Parameshwari and Pietra, are worshipped. The earthen pot which comes along with the bride is tied up. In front of these deities, the priest or the Hoja forces the future of the couple. Various commodities remain present during the occasion. A pair of jackfruit leaf, known to them as Akpada, is used to predict the future of the newlywed by the priest. Tossing of the Akpada is done by the priest 3 times. Similar phase of the leaf is considered auspicious. Besides these, various good and bad visions are viewed by the priest on boiled eggs and chicken feet. One of the important features in the Chakma marriage system is the younger sister of the groom remains veiled by carrying the pide hailong. Regarding dabha, sweet and sour exchange of words takes place between the bride and the groom's party. In the past, dabha, that is dowry, is sought from the bride's part. If demands are not fulfilled, then verbal bouts used to take place in the wedding. Wedding last ritual is Haana Sirana. After the completion of wedding feast, the elders of the both sides sit together to complete the wedding's last ritual. At first, a pair of inseparable dish is prepared in the name of the bride and groom and is presented before them. The newlywed couple wash their hand and start serving the guests. The guests who drink liquor are served the liquor which is presented by the groom to the bride. In the end, hada, a kind of dessert prepared from pumpkin, is served. Then the priest or oja of the groom's side discloses previous night's dream or vision which he sees in a fasting state. Fortunate and unfortunate events are disclosed in the Haana Sirana ceremony by the priest based on the vision. Sometimes the entire Chimulang ritual has to be recognized if some bad signs are noticed in the priest vision. Finally, the bride's father hands over his daughter. The whole atmosphere turns emotional and gloomy. When a person dies, it is customary for every member of the family, as well as other members of the community, to come and pay their last respect to the deceased. It is the responsibility of the family to inform the kith and kin of the deceased about the death. With the spread of the news, people visit the deceased family to have a last look of the deceased. Money is put on the chest of the deceased by the visitors. This money is known as Bou Hoja. The Chakmas believe that this money is used by the deceased as a fare to cross over the Bhabogang or the river of life. If a family member of the deceased is abroad, then the body is preserved until that person can pay his or her last homage to the deceased. The neighbors keep a vigil upon the body at night. They play games like cards to keep awake. At times, religious song like Buddha Kirtan is sung. The flame of the alchi is always kept burning beside the body of the deceased so that no evil spirits can harm the dead body. The Chakmas believe the alchi act as a protective ring around the dead body. These days, such practices are not prevalent in towns and cities, unlike villages. Every member of the community, irrespective of their age and gender, take part in the funeral. One distinct feature of the Chakma cremation ceremony is the use of channo. It is a white piece of cloth hanged from the top end of 4 bamboo poles erected at 4 corners of the pyre. A hole is made in the middle of the channo, which acts as an outlet from the smoke of the pyre. The channo usually does not catch fire. If it catches fire, the Chakmas consider it as a bad sign. On the 7th day post-funeral, the Chakmas observe Satyene, the belief that the spirit of the departed is unable to break the free from the worldly bindings if the Satyene is not performed. Every day, essential goods are donated to the Buddhist monks